Let's break down those market movements now with Owen Nkomo, who's a director at Inkunzi Wealth Group. Owen, as always, many thanks for your time. I want to talk about something that's very important for the layman on the street, the rand performance being a very low over the past month. We're seeing the month being very bad for the rand. And then the price of oil at an 11-month high. This does not bode well for simple things like the petrol price for South Africans, doesn't it? What are we seeing as the driving factors here?
Most certainly it does, and the biggest driving factors on the currency is the fact that we are now very certain that, President Biden is going to be in office in the next couple of weeks, and for that reason, people are starting to play the reverse trade to what they had when Donald Trump was in charge, and we are seeing the US dollar starting to firm up as well on the back of some of the policies that we were worried about being implemented by Biden if he moved into office. But we think he's not going to be very aggressive in reversing Donald Trump's policies. We're expecting a more cautious stance from Joe Biden, and therefore the reversal in the emerging markets currencies weakness against the dollar and all the other currencies that trade against the dollar is happening at the moment. I was hoping that I'll be talking to you when the currency will be sitting at 1460 odds, but unfortunately we're talking 1535 to the dollar. We have reversed significantly, over the past 2 weeks, significant reversals on our local currency. And on the side of the oil price, naturally, when there's reductions in the production of oil, there's a perception that we're going to have fewer oil being produced. We're going to have a higher price of oil, and henceforth, we have seen a higher fuel oil price at $56 at the moment, which is very, very worrying. And if you get more reductions in production, we could see the price of oil going to $60, which is certainly unfavorable for us to have a very high oil price as well as a very weak rand. It means quite a lot of the stuff we're importing, including these drugs we're looking forward to importing for the vaccines against COVID. We'll be buying them at higher prices. So I hope that provides a bit of color.
Very interesting there that it could affect the price of the vaccine, the price that we'll be paying for there. But let's bring it closer to home, Owen, reflecting on those lockdown regulations that were announced by the President yesterday and the impact on hospitality, retail, liquor stocks. Surely it's a little bit of a volatile period for these stocks on the market.
Yes, the stocks definitely get negatively affected, but the economic side of it, obviously, where you're talking about the retail shops themselves, where you're talking about the alcohol outlets, where you're talking about
We've just lost Owen Nkomo there, who was giving insights on today's market movements, talking there about what's happening because of the regulations that were announced by the President last night. Owen, I wonder if you're still with us, if you could just continue with that answer that you were giving about how the regulations announced by the President have an impact on stocks on the JSE as well as the economy at large.
Yeah, so look, I mean, on the stock side, on the JSE, I think it has to be a protracted lockdown, protracted level 3 that will see a negative impact on the JSE. Remember that the JSE just rides on the weakness of the currency. But in terms of those sectors, certainly there's a lot of productivity that is being lost. The sales of alcohol are going to affect the decision from people whether or not they go out to drink after work or they go and have a drink on a weekend, etc. The closure of some of the beaches out there means we'll have to think twice before traveling to other provinces. And obviously the continued lockdown means we're not getting foreign dollars coming from tourists. So there is a lot of work to be done in 2021. We can't fool ourselves. Things really remain as bleak as they were last year, but hopefully the arrival of the vaccines might see fortunes start to change for the country and the rest of the world as well.
Right, that's Owen Nkomo, Director at Inkunzi Wealth Group, giving us an update on market movements for today. Owen, as always, many thanks.